Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Gosh, I can't be anywhere close to the ground. You're like, loving. All up in my face,
Cause man. I can be. What the hell you gonna do about it?
Making me feel really uncomfortable, man.
And put myself here, alright?
These guys are like having a face-off over here all night in the garage. What is up, guys? Welcome back. Another quick video. We need to go and swap this belt out because it was a little bit too small. Gonna be hitting the road, going down to Dirty Dingo again. We gotta go get some S10 Blazer specific swap mounts so that we can swap these out and get this engine down in the position that it should be in. Took some pictures and I figured I'll take the belt with me and I'll just go to Dirty Dingo first before we go and swap this out. Maybe they'll have some answers for me as to why it is this one's not working.
Head south toward McDowell Road. Destination is on the left.
New mounts are acquired, and I could already tell a huge difference in these mounts, bro. They are definitely shorter. I can't wait to get to the house. We're gonna pull the other ones off and compare them side by side, but now we need to run to O'Reilly's. Leaving O'Reilly's, got our longer belt. So this was, I think the other one was 80 3/4 of an inch, and this one is 82 1/8. So it's a little bit longer. We are back at the house. I am excited to get these freaking mounts on, dude. Finally be able to do all the things that I wanted to do this weekend, you know what I'm saying? But anyhow, these are the Dirty Dingo mounts. These are the same brackets that I have on there now, except for these ones are specifically for S10 Blazer and not S10 pickup truck. So note to self, if ever changing out the driver's side engine mount and or bracket in the future, be sure and remove this header. Bro, just not doing it this time because damn it, I just put that thing on there. I'm not taking it off. Just give it to me, dude. Jesus Christ. There it is. That is the Blazer mount brackets in front of the truck mount brackets. And you can tell that those rear ones are definitely higher. I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting this to be even lower than what it is, but that is clearly lower than the truck bracket. So that should definitely give us some much needed room on our header flange and on our valve cover and just about everything. We now have these mounts that we could put up for the truck because as you guys know, we still have a truck that we're building and boom, there's the new hardware, whole kit. Ready to go. Now I just got to go ahead and bolt these on and get my engine back bolted up inside the Blazer. Alright, mounts are in and bolted down and boom, there is our clearance on the header. There's actually a gap between there, bro. What's up? And then the valve cover still doesn't have very much clearance, but the spark plug wire is no longer touching, so it definitely improved. See? Right there. The spark plug wire was completely touching before, so now it's got a nice little gap. You can actually make these power steering lines because this is the placement of the engine. Other than that, dude, everything else looks good. Now my oil pan is slightly lower. I don't know if you can see that. Before it was like level with this like skid plate right here, and which was nice. I liked that. Now it hangs a little bit lower than it. So whenever I'm going over speed bumps or hit something in the road and you feel it hit the bottom of this sumbitch, it is probably the oil pan. That is something I should probably address before it becomes a problem. But anyhow, now moving on, got a longer belt. Gonna go ahead and try this and see if it's long enough or too long. Who's ever had that problem? Perfection, my friend! Absolutely perfection. Really wish that I would have gotten the Gates belt because it's just a much nicer belt. This belt seems real flimsy and thin, you know what I'm saying? But it fits. It's gonna work for now. That's the part number if anybody needs it. And this one was 82 1/8 of an inch. Now we can go ahead and put our steering shaft on. I've already tightened up all these joints down here that actually go to the bar. I put a red Loctite on them. Got them all cranked down nice and tight. Got to make sure these wheels are straight-ish. Make sure our steering wheel is straight. I tell you, that thing is super freaking close inside of here, but clear the steering, baby. What you gonna do? Now, actually, I did have to move this spark plug wire. Like, that steering shaft was trying to absolutely tear this spark plug wire up, so I am gonna have to figure that out. I do know that I can kind of cut the firewall and scoot the actual steering column over a little bit. That is an option, but I don't know. Let's see if I can find some spark plug wires that don't have such a bulky boot on it, maybe. I gotta do some research on that, and we'll pick back up on it later. But for the time being, the steering shaft is in there, and we're clearing and steering, baby. And we also got a bunch of power steering fluid all over the place, so this thing definitely still had some liquid inside of it. It shot all over. No need to fear, because Super Clean is here. And I'm like completely out of carb cleaner. I'm gonna get this mess cleaned up, and we're gonna move on to making some AN lines for this power steering so it doesn't do this again. Tell me that this doesn't look freaking sick, bro. So I had to mock up the wheel well so that I can make sure that my line isn't going to hit it. So ideally, you don't really want your line to run this way, right? I don't want it to run forward. I want to definitely keep it away from the belt. And as soon as you start spinning it around towards the inside, it gets really close. Actually, it comes in contact with the power steering pump. So, I don't know. I feel like my only option is to kind of go this way. I know these mounts aren't going to allow the engine to move a lot, but it's going to allow it to move some. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I put the wheel well here so that I can see how much room it is I actually have if I do end up coming this direction. I had to order a -6 AN set. This is not PTFE. I actually got like the regular rubber line because, as you guys know, on the low pressure side of the power steering pump, I need my line to just slide onto that to put a hose clamp, and I wasn't going to be able to do that with PTFE line. So I ordered this kit off of Amazon. Wasn't bad at all, dude. This was like 50 bucks. I feel like most people know this. Whenever I'm putting these fittings on, I get this back side on, and I like to put a piece of tape right here, because I'm always afraid as you are screwing this side in that this piece is sucking closer to the fitting rather than this piece sucking into the hose. You know what I'm saying? So I just like to put a piece of tape there to make sure that that's not moving, that this is the only thing moving. Really not a scenario in life that lubrication is not your friend. Alright, I just thought of one, but I'm not going to put it into words. Shit! I don't think clamping is going to work here. Gonna have to double wrench her. Good, there's our fitting, and unfortunately this is the only line that I am capable of making right now. This is the low pressure. Alright, so this is what it is I got so far. I really didn't want to use any of my 90s because I need the 90s for my fuel system. Ordered 2 more 90s for my fuel system since we use these. And I ordered a fitting for right here that is going to be, it's like 120 degrees. So I had this 90 up here, and with the 90-degree fitting right here, it shoots the hose like way out here. You know what I'm saying? So it starts off way out here. I figured if I got the 120 degree, I can kind of angle it this way, and it'll make it kind of swoop a little bit cleaner and just follow underneath this and then go to the high pressure side of the steering box. I don't know, I just want it to look nice. It's crazy how, Like, this is so simple, but yet it took me so freaking long to figure out the direction to run this, bro. But I think that's gonna work out pretty good. It's got a nice curve in it, so whenever the engine does move, it's not gonna put it in a bind or pull on anything. Before we end today's video, my freaking bolts came in from Amazon. So these are the brand new bolts for the water pump that I was telling you guys about in another video. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch. I'm gonna switch out one at a time and put the new shiny boys in there. Guys, a really quick comparison. It looks like it is the exact same bolt, which is nice. They're just fresh, nice fresh zinc coating on it. Get rid of this rusty shit right here. Yeah, them boys have seen better days, man. I'm just stoked to have the head of it all polished and looking nice. That's the only thing you're gonna see. That's a nice subtle detail, man. I'm telling you, it makes a huge freaking difference. Whenever you walk up and you look at this thing and you just see the head of the bolt isn't all like rusty and ugly looking, like, I don't know, those ones right there. I don't know, it just makes a huge difference to the overall appearance of it. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I think up next we're going to be working on the fuel system. And I also, like I said, I ordered the fittings that I need to finish this and to get going on my fuel system. I am now wanting to look into potentially ordering some weld-on bungs for these valve covers. Because one thing that I did notice, I know I keep talking about these valve covers a lot. I want to get these damn things on the truck. I feel like this is going to really, like, just set it off. I feel like it really needs it to kind of tie in all the little, like, shiny bits of it. And, dude, what's wild is I'm not normally a shiny person like this. Like, I like things to be more blacked out or whatever. But one thing that I did notice about these is it doesn't have anywhere to put the breather on the valve cover there, and there is a breather on the valve cover there. I do want to eliminate that from going into the intake. I do want to run a catch can, but I can't just put those valve covers on and leave this with absolutely no ventilation whatsoever. That I do not want to do. So, matter of fact, I haven't even looked at this one. Maybe it just has like one vent, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, there's no ventilation on these valve covers at all. So I want to look and see if I can find weld-on bungs, but then at the same time, I also need to baffle it then at that point. You'd have to put a baffle in here or else you're just going to be blowing a bunch of freaking oil into it. So do some more research on that before we move forward with the valve covers, unfortunately. And I'm going to have to get my boy Curly to weld that shit because I am not no aluminum welder. So yeah, that'd be dope, man, if we can get some bungs up here. I only need one on each side. Hopefully I could fit a -10 weld-on bung on each side and run each one over to a little catch can somewhere hidden out of the way. We can't really do anything right here because my AC box is eventually going to have to go back there. Yeah, I've done all that I can really do today. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I hope you enjoyed this little update. Hell, we did a little bit more than an update today. I actually did some installing on my cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Either way, I hope you enjoyed it. Peace out, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.